Vani was writing down. Tia Karach wit? I called you? Vin Trishkia have hazing Pishov towards the table. Von thought. Yakim say? Vine about those. I took the yogo of the core of the miss. The axis of those cordon chapter. Patashka. Translated into a Juna with a Piolatovi Purimus. Do not look at the shows, and not a similar vin on the people. Insha rasa? Character, Shuvivlievel, at the moment. Pomiknik? Chuma Tjavivivivi. I want to have a yak, I was tormented. Von foamed yogo. Yaki is called a novel? And the genre? Have you tell me? Vin shoved. Sheer with you? Take it! Von was gone. There is so bahado beautiful people, Allah. I'm alone without a bet. Vin rose. Toby Trimbana Tilky love? Not a 90 of Svit? Von is impressed. Poshchi many chose the take. I want to be in peacefully cramped by the beautiful Cholovic. Vien. Referee, do not change your mind. I will finish Toby Trini. Vani Zizova. Referee, Yakti Cherobish? Tilky is a Spocky of the hand of the head hero? Vien Vidpoviv. Tino Golovna heroine. I, Yakti Bajash so I will. Twy lovely novel, Detai. Sustained his Kohenya. Itsustit Z with his own beautiful Cholovic. Von with a short-lived. Am I a heroic head? Breesh. In the head of the heroine, but the booty is such a great dark minute. White is Zvinuvak. Say your wine. Tiku all their souls. They threw on those school on her ground. I is the duke, I and a friend of Dinstay. I am mutual, Tiokosos robbed for the Tsogo. The crim of that Yaksidal without deal in Kimnati. Duma huts Vibyador infect you? Vin Vigo Visha. Tiv Sajdis Vid Vovika Shyash Indri Bibniki. Vona proudly. Ali in a romantic fantasis. Once I would be reborn, I will be Muriati with Rosemary. Vin Zupinechi. Ni Vidnosini for you, Maria Zavrova. Von roted. Vienne is inappropriate. Well, saying not to think about the extra. I do not seem to anyone, they knocked out with me. Von is made up. Chom? Vin is smash. I want to tell people I banged the people of a coward and a knitting bird. Von. Tito Bayu, mowing me. White vid povev. Take Tilky God be younger, not me. Yakshjo you get burnt. Wrap yourself. Elena Rozcherukal. Von. Todi yakts brashya many dopamagati? Tell me the name of the book, Vin said. What, Yakas is very filed. Gerazed, I will generously finish Toby. I can't tell the name of the book, Ala Roskawi, a secret. Vani Zyazova. Yaki? Vine Vidpoviv. Health. Yakmesh Tilki Tilovna heroine Tsui Roman. I can gently greatly marvel. Yakshchobudesh, van by a heart of shiro benefit. Vikonya Vikona. Iotrimamish Bazan Kohanya. Von are hungry for your hands. Teet Tai, saying so cool. Ala Namriko Nichogo special. Vin said. Missing is important. Vin Bevel looking at the non-school. Tiwu Shelley did not ask Kohani so much. Von Vid Pavil. I had a good counsel. Your star egg was soaked. Been to pray. Von. At the same way before you? Vin Vigo Vishaw. T.E. Dosis. Elena said. Skilky want, all the same do not get. Yenish was in spirit. Trinkies coughed. Sniakovli showed. Srobiso I became the most popular. White, having encouraged Pidkazavati. Victory is the start. Not called the Stide Vani said Galashnish. Zrobi Mani by the most popular people, White said. Shchet more. Elena shouted all her voice. The most popular. At the Vsumsviti, yay opchik bouncer in a chervone, White said. Ready, your Bazanya Vikanano. Elena should herself rotted. I was stolen. Show, Nasteels is easy? Do you have a heart of Shwidshabi? Vinzi said. Duma, I am noble to the worship of the same. Von Zakavistya was fed. In Shirachi? Judgels to the Fioles, Demon, Virno. Vin proudly Vidpaviv. So, before that. Rapt is not in the Zmozi to agree on Vin to the bird. The Bula Bula is strongly shook the Yogo Raptivim transfigules. Chichas rapt. Has the take become? Von looked at White in the uniform of a little bird. Nogo spun the head. Trinchi took an hour. Yelena willed in her Kimnadi on Lika. Yak Winrai, putting on his Raptivim transfigurations. Chomu Vin muttered into a wrapped in a bird. Similarly, Vin was tired of saying, Rapt Zabulo Shos Subsliva? Elena looked at the steel thought. Gee, I wonder. I renounced kochania wsego svit? Say mile for me? On the day of the day. Nadvori bula chudova weather. It was sovi sonza. The birds were hung. Nichago did not shout bidi. Yak wrapped Yelena tailed along the corridors of the vud of his Zakiknikovs. Behind her, Yak servant's palace, so I creative. Vani thought, Cho for Bojaville? Say so my bazanya vicanelo? Via Sibyl and everything and Kokani. The stench Meiji was navigated by Yi. Vani screamed, Nee, I don't want to! Such is the mind. Why, the offensive has been baking, Yogo. Hot, do not. To finish the mail wrapped with the door of the door. A hand was a hand. Yaka took it by the hand. Susie. Having taken the yen in the middle of the door, they stuck. The servants with the creatures, the nested, were navigated by the sulfur at the mist sea. Elena spent about the stir, the sabi, out of the dihanya. Diaku, they were lying on them. Klaus marveled at the same time. I said, Say dribnia for me. Having felt a Chalavi voice, I was Zylavi. I looked at the Inyo. Your svit list, Vinshuk sang. Bulo Skoda, Shichora, so Shivitko, I shit the axis. Tha, according to Blidnila, Dati Tobi Prokolodnya Deri, Von Vid caught fear at MISTSI. Ni! Not at the same time, Algarazd. One thought. Baida. Through the Bazanya Meniko Hayut Sami Rizni Istoti. Yak Boti, Yakshcho Klaus Takoj Zihov with a stupid? Yak is scary. Can it, Provice? Von Will you Yui? To the speech, Demi. Klaus Spacino looking at the non-school. In my specialty, billiotets. Without Moy, the perpetuity of Nikto, Krim. No more to go here, so Roslapsi. One thought. We are a double? I was fed up. Vinat Zatia Shudi Klikati? Vin Spokino vid Poviv. Well, Yi hands made a shaking. Todi Vibe brought many sudi for that. Vin Zidivano looked at the non-school. They moved to you. And Elena is not rumored, interrupted Yogo. Shab to shout to the Kumnati. Klaus Boof shocking ye words about himself. Von, led by self-estimate. Sigs. Were the stupid of the Kohanya to me. They scooped it with me with it. Shab Nikto, do not might look in my direction. In you, the face of Yak at the obsessed. Klaus Boof and the vast shit. Do you have everything in order? Toby Ostanum an hour of Nastilka Vashko? Yea, and a vocational shock on Klaus. Right. You can't make sure that they had a stupid of the Kochani? Vins Divano. Ni. Eichvili pushes the Somresh of Saram. Vaughn with the eyes on the slope. I think so if... Such is the mind. White, I'm definitely you, Vin said. Let's snakes the topic. Vin zakavist you. So show, Chomu wrapped VSIs drew up to you. Vaughn Vidpavil, I think you do not have a yen. Vin who said, saying, I am Vikora Kasav. Men is important those, Pusha. Vaughn, he was touched by Ogi Yogo. Klaus holding out his hand. I may in such vidna if I do not rule your own secrets, including on the yen, your reberliness in Sisvit. I put it on yourself, my regresia. Yelena vyshla z Roskakati. Similarly, at me, he had a slander of a special bonus of the hobby. I threw myself up, I shouted to Odramavati Lyubov, vidvik, Vine zakavistyu, just like that. Tinyak did not think his behavior, Vaughn vidpavil. So just like that, Vine strangle yourself. I all that beacon about the isolation of the cups in the Soma Dusi, Tishush. I also am one of the cheek, all, Vin looking at the non-school. Chomtse did not stick to me? Vanov, I don't know, you cannot in my smack. I am a passing to the Cholovikov, Vin said. The axis means the yak. Vaughn looked at the no-go with her blatant purges. Vine proudly saying, I was thinking, with the Osachi, yak at me, smacks. I will also not be a matey for you. Vaughn is settled by Yogo Beauty. Just in Svidi, I lived, all about Cholovikiv, in the Yakitilki, Beauty Ie. Klaus shrugging the shoulder of Pidishov to not. It was possible, it did not pinch on Mene. Elena said, Ni, Tse is not so. Vin was driving to the Nay Whitley. Home to Hawk, in men, inners inters before you. Elena is marveling at the Nyoyo. Rapta is angry. If I do not want to spend on many dosligenia, a shob doslidita to a robot of a hitch. Vin shoved. Be a lace, to finish the sort of divni rechi, pedozri znati, fuck yaksho zviazovye, zvinuvachenya nekruntavani. Vaughn, Chomu Voma has gone so far, Vinzi said. I want to rejoice you closer. See my specific interest. I will say Yakshcho, Shotai Memna I is pretty, Zrazumish? Having felt a male Ratelli blackened, one thought, Serioso, Chomu Vinso. Klaus, who got into the PID, fueling a coil of Bazani? Did you stink in Mina Revdi? At such a pace on men, people to attach to admit in Kohani. Rapt Vaughn thought about Seam. Cook, Yakshcho VSI at the Sviti, stabbing in men, then he oriort as such? I do not want to come to my sister Kohanya. Yelena Chviluyuся була збентешена. Your Svitlist in Menzai was alone in a hassle of situation. I am able to pay PETE, Vin said. So Rizko. Von Z Slosami. I good you. Such is the mind. I do not want to be. Hitovidibye Kokano in the young sister. Tim for an hour on the trendy another day on calendar endes. On the courtyard. Larite Trenigan with a prince. Prince Rudiort is pre-Megao in the Trendani, Mach. Lariat Z all the supers attacked a Yogo sword. Vin ice smiz vistu. Rudiort a wound back. Vin said. If Vi said they can. I thought. With a share of a broin. Age viledi. All, I'm very pleasing. Vaughn, adjust the hair. Similarly, 6 was not crushed. The ice hubs to the fenbang. Vin nodding his head, I said. I admit, I thought the university. Larita Zadivavod. Vin, having gone, say. HTOB mag think. Vi good Volodi. Can your Vikeldak walk around the NY? Von Zniakov said. South 1 Ludina set aside for a long time. Tim for an hour, Elena. Sprinkled behind them, Z Kushchev. Vani thought. So the office of fetched Vanya, Lariti tse Rudiort Zamini life? By a choke am I so Siju? Tse Shchob Pravita, Chimaj, having fucked my Bazanya on Rudiort. Well, I do not want to go to the young sisters of the ski. Aja won the infection for an hour. I'm straight. I became the heroine of the heroine, if I think Yak Roskazchik. Yakbi is not bouncing. I think my Bazani did not drive on the Nyo. I have been in your Shiros before Nashulariti. Piatti Day on the calendar of Endes. VHID on the trend. Rudiort is in full. Did you bring you there, Ice Sevs? Vaughn, do not give a fuss. I just felt, my sister is here, Vin said. Vaughn at the middle, tender. Yakshcho, you have to write on the right. I will poke. Elena looked. Nee, not at the same time. Shcho, I'm Pidu. One thought. I almost plunged. I clearly came across a dust. Treasurely tomorrow is a spent nonsense. Rudiort is not to the way. Devony Day, take a boot. Elena sprinkled behind them. Rudiort said, Larito, let's go to Sogodny. Dashi of Tanu, Vaughn said. Now the voyage of the Imensi, Vinsnyakov. Yakshcho is uncomfortable for you. Vaughn Shvidko Vidpovil, Nee! Men is more than Yak. Vin turned up to say, Nashravdi, many Yak is not marvelous. In vacation, call you an Ameni. Tim for an hour in the pieces of Elena with popcorn. Pidskoya was rapping in a voice. The axis is. Rudiort with Larito Buli is very shocking. Elena Zabul, pew small sediti quietly in pieces, not to serve the sound. Larita was shook. Sister, chomu vilis lazviti? Elena daje huilyuyuye. Just walking I daji sudi? One thought. I thought. The pommet turned to Noyo. I didn't remember it myself. The yak spoke. Ale, I am all the same. Now you can argue, I got. Good luck, Larito. Larita is surviving. Chogo von rapped came Sudi. On the day of the day. Klaus Z. Vikna. Detractional, prosocial for Eneli. Yaka actively told Z her native. Vin was saying with him. Similarly, more than Nikto, not Biga. God bless. Von Yaskravo shook Yaduchi. Vin shouted, threatened by not me. Tsiadivchina is sobbing to himself, his unhanger behavior, wrapped in the door of HTOS tapping. Tse Rudiort. Klaus wrapped his hands around the door. Look at the shab, Vin said. Close. Vidkravaichi door in Kimnata, having intended to go in Rudiort caucus. Brother, I am a hot by children. Klaus is stolen. In the right? Has it became? Rudiort Huilyuchu said. Men discho turbo ostanum an hour. Klaus spokійно відповів. Once your smnivi трясел вивіюхати. Рокazui. Rudyard caught on mistsi. Having blackened Vin by saying, Men, I have arrived, I arrogant by the perevli, divanya vid Elias. Klaus buv shoving. Perevilidulal? What mutual, thinking so? Rudyard stood with a smellful of Siddha's head. Many Nyakovot sekazati. LA is similar. The rest of the remaining Tijin Yelena Sives posted after me. Klaus, sensing Zrazraz Razumiv pro, Chauvin, Tom, Fsora. Respectfully, having merged after her, fighting, Puskuznova to the nostril. The reasons for the nesting of Zaviri. Ale von Chomus, Daje, Stirano Paravild Rudiort. It's not a bagato of marvelous bugato. Yaku von May, Razimen in details, Rudiort said. If I got ahead, I thought. The Vipadkavisti. Alviavilo, Shchoni. The skin, if they were trembling with Larito, Vani nibi doslajuval men. Von without Zupinka wrote. Klaus said. Buvayut lady, Yakim support Bachiti Cholovich on the site. Chi is wrong. Rudiort said. Can, ele von spotstrigai tilki behind me. Klaus frightened. Vis zustia die Krimsites? Rudiort vidpoviv, ni, Klaus thought. Yakpi Rudiort, devoting to the trenches to his own, through the Nikoli, not normally hungry with the divks, Klaus said. You can go to your sister, Trenda, with another donkoi, Count Sives. Fuck yours with your non, Zeus in your truth, you can simply Miakovit Stratov. Rudiort said. Vi right, Klaus said. Rosamia, rapt, having made a walk after you, to anyone, is like a terrible one. Before that, there were rumors about the wrong ones. Shu for reaction? Without Dosi Hvilyuch for the TSE? Rudiort Hvilyuchi Vidpoviv, ni. It is not good for Sevs. Rudiort Bluvonov Fran bowed his head. Many Turbula Rita Seves. Klaus respectfully divided the reaction of his brother. Zidovan. Larita Sevs? Rudiort Vidpoviv. So, men desho trishka hwilyu. Ale zaicho, so I'm afraid. I will fill you on somam. Vin Vaishov's Kemnati. Klaus shook. Vin is the same for the Weiss sort brand. Taki straightforward. CHOs going on in a yogo head, since it is a viewing of the take of the Oskich. Siba Stench did not get good with Larito Sevs, Maya Yak Kamesis. Klaus Pidishov to Krisla Sasiv wrapping hands. Vidbuvaida Bugado nursing speeches in Somoziti. Klaus instructing his hand. Yak rapped on the knee magic, the rank of Golden Globe. Nibi of the sights of the sneakers. Great at the Nyovin, saying, Blind those who did not bounce in the gone. Now the time is Rospranki. Tim for an hour of Yelena Izlala in the corridor of Thatachi. Think about Yakshcho, Peaslia Klaus behind me. Bill Schnickto, not being moved. Von roted. I was smeared with a nun of the sea, ale white tonight, without thinking about turning away, and the tilki was engraving with a dad. Von was the moment of the sister. Ale is similar, or Oriord I Larita safely tolerate. You can do not Hwilvat. Elena got into the bibliothèque. To the speech, to put on, in the Tsomosviti Disney, imported. Parting in Imeni, Sonyakovo. I was bearing to Chichpire to Klaus in Imeni. Aletsi. The wrong manner of manner. The reference to the reference of Elena, sprinkled. Treasurely, you are getting more. Rapta Yelena struck Prince Rudiort. Vinkkas went down with books. Vro Buli Shokovani. Visian looked. Ice Sevs. Von. Your Svit list? Takosh thought. Hacking. What kind of choma me got down here? Rudy Orch Glika shook. Our Shlyakovs to grind. Von shouting. It is not similar your Svit list. Vin Tilki Hotiv. Can it be sent? Yak Yogo Rapta interrupted Klaus. Axis vide, my. I'm shocking to you. Elena Bula Shokov. Your Svit list. Chomuvinov is here? Vin said. She for formal? Speak Yak call. Taking it up, saying. Show is important. Show me a mail chop once warehouse Paparovic Zhuravliv. Von said. Me for the first time? Vin said. Zebraish, becoming an emacrine. Ignoruvati shingle to be attraction. Rudiort Hotiv is to be stolen. Klaus frightened. Brother? Klaus turned to his brother. I said with a sample. I spend the ice do not go for us. Take care of your own right. Charlotte blackened. Kudi idamo, I woma vu trima me by hand, Vin said. If I was pushing you, Tiu was my own. Hand dosi hurt. Vaughn. To the speech the hand did not snake for an hour. Vin shouting. Well, I do not seem to be, the stotramal. Vin proviv yi to voril. Yakщо want it for the trendivani, the cups of the masses, burned. Do you want a warehouse of Juravliv here? Vine vid poviv. Without thinking, pushes to sich peer duma about them. I don't want to tell you, I will recover you, Paravildavati Rudiort. Standing in front of him, Vani was marked by Nyo. Vin is in handy with a finger. The door is stuck here. There is little Vartovik. Tresel Buti with the amulet, Tilki Pithauer Zmini. One well you yui. Your svit list. Peris please duvanya people of the Zlostin. Ye, Perevli, divanya of the Com is illegal. It is not possible to rob it. Vin Bov Shavki. Elena has gone. I do not know the law of the Soyosvit. Alay and my to the front for the so. Tom to Zupini Perevoduvanya Prince Rudiort. Xiao is illegal, yes. I samiliudini vitchoye, unnecessarily, will. Klaus is in a halt rummage of vid yi. Yelena did not rasukom over Jim Vin, so in a veramari. Chomu visi? Vine vid povav. So yakti I said, pereviliduvanya, crinkles lorchin. Von, chomu virishi. Virishi showed the serum, vin vid poviv. Rudior to astanim for an hour to build. A logo peravilidush. Time, just hotla to transfer yogo. Von said. Al many jij no longer treasel rubni. Vin get stared for non-named. Do not Skoda screech on the soma? The whole hour of Tachi was Bachi yoga tilki on Trendiani. Chicken say, Ogi ego. Von vid pavel. Say is wrong, Vin said. Virno, that I would be a hotiv on your mistsi marvel at Rudiort in Zvishnoyaziti. Show thought? Von thought for Nigo. Think about Yaksho, I can rule it. The whole hour I banged Yogo trembling. Zilarito. I thought, in the Mabut Noma, all the good of the good that was, the spaghetti flooded at Rudiort, about Jiti to regressia. Ale, yak I saying Klaus, I don't know, yaki Rudiort without Lariti. In the Tsomo ye sensation. Von. Chomu, I wanted. Did I get a thing for Yogo Svitlistya Rudiort? Klaus is a marshmallow. Yakutsa Majnya before you? Klaus shook saying. I want to talk seriously with you with one. Von was scored. Yes, is it good? Rapt Vinyi interrupted. About the reason. Chomu tilted Odramuvati Lyubov. Vin, respected. Getting stuck on the non-named. Say through those, the Bazani pledged. Chi, not rightly saying. The reason Chomuti wiring my love. Bazanya made a Baziani in that? Vinzi Submishkoi marveled at Noah. Judging by your form, I really. Elena accused bite her lip. Yak Vin, I know. What am I able to, mysterious Bazanya? Vin Taki in the hands. Sink a considerable sensation. With the cobble of the Vaimihao propository of Klaus, do not tell the extra. In us, the deceit is considerable about the city. Klaus visible saying, Men ye a deed of aloud about your Bazania, about those, yak vacanally vicentized. Von was scored. Show you think? Don't be nervous, I did not say about white. Vin shook saying, I am Rospovium Toby, if I will be in addition to our suits. One is shocking. Show? Von, your Svitlisti is 2 ways to be a stupid. Klaus Vidikaichi. Toady post or after Rudiort? Vono thoughtfully thought. I am burning Vidobrenny. Yak Vin can be so far like that? Yak Bitilki is not classes. Vin turned up to the wrong place. Many of the grinding of Piche. Milady. Von in shovelly thought. Zvirina Chuika. Vin holding out his hand, saying, Do not go. If everything is settled, I'm definitely Toby Rospavim. They got it at once. Olena Pislia Ostanogo did not know, yak correctly Dad's hand. Vin said, It is similar to bring you the first to come to you. Elena took Klaus by the dollar. Shob Vin yi proviv. Vin, having encouraged Roskazuvati, Shob vidviti dovir. Great viragidnist. Your Bazanya is good for me. Vin, saying a bit of the nair. Elena is a trimmel yogo by the hand. Trinchy took an hour. Klaus Provav in his bibliothèque. Von, Choma Yogo is a Rudiort read. Yogo smack is pleased? Klaus said. Yeah, I know. The Ostanum was stuck on C. Diavel. Alle marvelous. There is a sinus. Can it, yogo, rudiort, is the same at an hour? Vin vid paviv. Don't think. I have been writing down. Klaus is respected by the books. Having read the Yoga Brother, I admitted one PID. Cho take kurvanya rosum, rapped Vin said. Mail kove, I shvidko snick. Elena stood shoking a Trimaichi book in his hands. Show? Choma rapped Havadis. Rapped to the no ne Pidishov Rudior. Vaughn was cramped, turned around. Look at the hut there. Rudiort is scored. Mail. Choma vai with books. Yaki I read. One bula is shocked by Tsiu. Vani said. I'm just hotter to get on the table. Klaus S. Shavanki. Treasily Bumble of Shvath. On the day of the day, Elena thought. Paislal of that day. Klaus was wearing a hop. Ale, I do not get difficult. Klaus is superfluous over me. And I fell into an unnecessary situation with Rudiort. Vinzi hostility to me. It took 3 days. Elena knocked out with a Rudor. Talk. Vin said. Lady Savis, Maine has Rosmov before you. Vin, who was on his head, say, Vibakte, Alemi. Elena Shvidko Yogo interrupted. The nickname was not blamed. So I'm not appropriate for you. I know that I did not bargained. The yak, you do not take mine. Vi not appropriate. Roslabasi, Vins divano. Todi chomu mi jijdi peripines. Vaughn are justified. Tse certificate, Vipedkovsky. Hiba ye in she misha for a walk? Vins Nyakov. I am not right to you, one thought. Yaki simple-minded. If it was so jittered, Varto presvati Kupadon? I know, in you in the Circe, in the ye insha. Yak, I want to feel before you. I'm unaddled to steal you, it's love. Rudiort respectfully marveled for Yen. Not Rosma about Shuvan. I am not in a Roseman about the cause. In my Circe, Nemo Nayakoi Divchini. To that, Mira, Vi have mercy. Vin Serulicize ganging at Nome. Yakshcho move wounded rumors. Can you Rosavi? Vaughn thoughtly thought. Shcho? I virishil to be stolen. Venu refer nigh, in whom is not zeal. Setting up to my sister. Vizhovnim for an hour taki close. Vine vid poviv. The mines have Nemaiki Niakovic putiv I to Laridi Savis. One thought. Niakovic sudiv? Von Said. Zrosumilo. They just said, Sholarita told you about the Miemnis Vyazov with Diavol. I thought fate. Vaughn was gone. I wanted to viniklai through the small non, Rojosinya Maj, sisters. I wilted. The Vaojo Pliski. Vin plunging. I am a yak once tuned to Vibachit. Vibachti, show almost spitting your honor. Vaughn is made up. Not at the same time. One thought. Similarly, the sister of Disno was Zatravita Hibne Zvinuvachenya. Aji spaced on the Pisol. Toby is appropriate. Rudiort is hiding in the bottom by saying, Men is treasily think overall Pazel Rose movie. Men ye cooped, I will fill you with the first. Shche, I asked Vibachenya once, for the non-Zusinya. Tumbling Vin Vishov. Great Yoma in the back of Vani, I thought. Can it, or Rai, is not Rosim. Take is still possible. In Bagahawk novels to pass through the hundreds of chapters, in front of Timyak Kohanya, and all the way. Get up with Krizla, Garazd, Kohanya Zapsdi Bagato Hour, Chimpizne Tid Krish Ochi, Taibudish Skoduvati, so the Zrazumi Scorchert Rudi Ort. I did not know Alishche, Shotse Vipado, Shu, Mani, insignificant, if the plan of the rowing, Tim our Klaus in his biblioteuzi. Vin reading the book of PID for the first time. Cho Take Kurvanya Rosum, Yaku recently reading Yogo Brother. People who arrived in the fuel of a Dieval, Ziri, vaguely Rosukomi, and the bucket of the Vidnina. In Kimnat, Zamishov Rudiort. Klaus said. Ostanim Tai often came to me. Did you snake in a shower in you? Rudiort Zniakov. Sovei brother was so remembered. I am left for the Ostianim for an hour marveling myself. Klaus said. Not so wildly, just thinking, Puskidnivik, you like it, Rudiort said. I am not led by myself. I became a non-validity of the Bilsh, call the Nij, so having stolen the Slidkovati after me. Klaus is Divanov. Shcho, I thought. In the Vipad, if it is sorted out, the snake of the elaborate is a weak one. I Hibna is Hormacha, Klonde is a sacrifice. Rudiort said. My sofaswa rumbled Pili Zustici, Zealerite. Vince chilled his head by groaning. If I was ahead of Larita Sevs, the Emmy glanced myself to the wrong place. Ahead of Vinbov so much accumulations to the cloth at the cloth. You'll call it, if you asked me to be torn to shitty. Ayla chomu Larita. Ni, not so. After thinking, they buv do not take care of her. Klaus buv and Shotzi. Yak axis? In us here is a love of consultants. Rudiort is gone. I'm not a quiet one who got into a fuel of other people's sails. Ale, I am so easily pushing. Generals you were wearing, show Elena Sevias is not win. I can respect Slidkovati for Larito. Ale, I wear up, I won the order. Klaus, cutting down the shouting, is a book. Persha Sake, in the Dosleys of the the Bula Bagato line. Rudiort Zazav's hand on the breasts. Vano in the Dumax. Sniakovi Vin shouting. I think the Larita Sevieta Sevi is my mirosum, I to be in the Zvopvi with Diavol. Troki passed. Klaus Prishov, before ye, Rosov, the situation so said. Show Duma about the same situation? B2 did not say, I am to Zarius on Tse Ochi. Yelena Goril Lutavid. The little Peruria cranial was afraid of ye. Vona shouted to the entire Isparistan palace. Chauvin already faded. Tse Zamihi with a deaf of abandon. Yakvin Mig. Vonley knocked on the table. Yakim Durnem Tresel Boti. Shab so mercy. Vin said. Blind to the Rosaminyam. Von said. Yes, Yak cannot a nobility? Zapshti Slidkovati with a look. Think about the people's people for the whole hour. Say all sympathies? Klaus respectfully marveled for the wrong way. Von Almene Nibidecho is very turbulent if they started talking about the city. Elena is an old yogo. Your Svitlist. Alvin, not beasting for nothing respect. Von Virishchila approached the no-go. Vine Zapivavani. Shotai Robish on the table, mild. Vano is assembled. Shakova therapy, otherwise they visited in themselves. Vin shouting. With you, it is not possible to get out of Myth. Ozraza Zos Divna. Through the Buddhish Chervanti. One turned to the sofa. I all good, Chauvin telling you, and not becoming resiled by Zim on one. Vi Werliel was the scent? Klaus spokely saying. Ni. Ye. Itching the bool of the bula is very shook, I unnecessary. Potem was stolen. Vitos so flooded? Chom? Vien vid poviv. Yes, Skelkioma in the same rock. Treasurely to the Zerzumit. Before that, the Rudiort is able to rule. Clap Yaki Nicoli, not having been stood up to the same statist, was stupefied. One thought. Tom, the stroke of the stunches of 1-1 to regressia. Ale, I do not want to be so rosovidity about regression. Roskriti truth about the core of the head hero. Larita Ma, herself about the Rosov, if he wants. Vin said. Bulo Virishino, Shoyak. I want Rudiort me to be proceeding to the Roslajidvanya Lariti Seves. Yelena is Zdivanov. V. Seriozo? Klaus Vidpoviv. I finish your older brother. Vonley thought. Just unhealthy. I don't want to give it. Von Virishil. Yak Vidana Chitachka romantic fantasy. Yak elder sister Larity. I will get bore. Elena said. I do not want to tell you all. Ale Larita Zovsimniak is not good with a diavol. I am all moisture. Vian was blocked. Yak T. Sherabish? One wheel you. I was tank by Tilki Council. Think about say. Alavirish Shvidko. Thinking. Saying. Thoughtlessly asking the hour. Do not be may to have exact plan. Well, Garazd. The bula shasiva is to feel the boule. Klaus adding. Ale in men, ye alone. Give me in the fiction plan. The depth of Movchka was marveling at the Noyo rumor, having shook Vin, saying, Many dajet tsikavo, show budesh robati, show to prove the innocence of Lariti Seves. Trochi took an hour. Elena turned into her Kimnata, having translated into Piam. She thought about the plan of the sister's sister. Von roaded the words of Klaus. If the plan is invented, the arrival in the Maiwai Kabiet. In you, the ye is the Taizen on the rods. Turn on the yogo, yeah. Vin so simply want a man on the nerves. I thought my hands. Yak is more painful than grunt. Good in the Nugum Dosvid, in Vitnosinov, even Trishki Staramodny. Alishcho, Deville, Yak can be thought of. At such a pace, the plot is flooded. De Rudiort with his hands Kina Larita in the Turma. And potim will be szkodowati about say. Tribodno, shob rudiort szwidsze zrozumin. Rozrepusici her hair. Yelena animated respect for the novel. That romance edited. Chomu is a slaughter of a slaughter. Third volume great on say, Roman 1 came up with. Trinci took an hour. Elna Schvidko defeated Rospovedati plan Klaus. Vaughn tapped at the door. I will look at the door. Elena said a knock. You're Svitlisti! Feelingy Klaus's voice dawned, saying, Tai Schvidko came. Did Osib, jak vyrishititsu, new? Elena shook clarifiedly. Zvid is. Її блакитні очі сяяли від радості. Він закавистю. Do you have a plan? I am waiting for the impatience to feel. Von zgordestyu vidpovil. My plan. Tse of operations on Viklik jealous. Von showed Roman now Pidmiguichi Klaus. Vinbov of Zdivani. Turning around Von, she went over. The deprived one of the other prince of Vichuvu Utilki Premni is so bad to Lariti. Thinking about the beacon. Poking the book on still. Alishcho, Yakshcho Vin, Vichithili prees this. Sholarit Larit will betis? Turning to Klaus said. Todi, another prince, is looking vigorously for himself. Such is the mind. Jealous, jealous? Rudiort in the center of respect. Ozur Larizetta threatened by Tilki at Nioyo. Tomvin of Rosaslax's Ornduma. Yakus Lights Assembly. Alishcho, Yaksho Wan, to be minimized for more than an hour with the same Cholovic, and not with them. Starlioma will not be. So Vin Novnozita Zimedwid Junny. Aji Larita, wake up the fiction of not Tilki. Klaus said. Facial. I wanted Rudiort e Madnovatius, Ale, Yakshcho Vin in the hands in his own Vichuti. Vitakathi is not, Elena said now. Once vi so, I am, Spokiina. Vin. Chom? Von vid Pavel. I know a sinky character. Ale Yakshcho brother take Saja. Chauvin of Fishens. Is the chance, Yevirno? Vin said. T.A. Reed. Alin mena Yapania. Von. Yaki. Vin. Hitukli with the lariat Sevs? Elena thought about the Nyoye. Von said. Menea ye, one is the people on the mind. Klaus Zikavistia. Hatio? Von are hungry for Nigo vid Povel. Say vi, your svit list. Klaus vid, it was shoveled by shoved on the mistsea. I? Can I realize the reason, what a vibbled mene? Von explained. Persher left another Prince Pedozriu. Larita, loved by Zvinya Cholovic. Wake Zarahovani in the GRU of Diavol. Once Uranus is instructed to conduct a Roslidwani, mean this is the goodness of Vidliakavadi Daemon? Tseyaksi Royanoi Golkoi. Vien get not fed in a flood. Well, I know, the shit is not cut off. One is shocking. So Bulo take. Von Virici was indignant. Find the yak show in you is a lot of health. Ye I incha reason. Vaja duga in the sample. Sereda Cholovikiv calling. Yak forced the other prince Vichuti Pogros. You have a tilki, Klaus Bov. The privilege of Obov Yaskovo Potribna. Von Vidpovil. Star. Rivenshi lease of this, in who woosted. Yakshcho put up to Lariti Abi someone. Vin can be tanned the whole plan. Yakshcho is already Robiti. It is a non-relations. Trariben blisking Cholovic. Yaktses litak golden. Having said to the globe of Klaus, the golden globe of Klaus. Vin looking at the non-Nibi Hotiv drive. Elena is marked by the globe. Your own and chi crystal chi gold? Luggage yi vidvolikti. I can't get it, if you praise it so. Shchomen robot? One is radically. I will find it at once. The first dill to make a funny bun, I atmosphere at once with a lariat in front of another prince. Yakshcho Pilis too, Vin to be wiped out of place, to cure. I just lead the Raz Liduani. In you, good to blame, Siti. Klaus said. Say my special talent. Von was gone. I will be a nerves of another prince on Interka. I will add Percy. Vani piled the greet fing from Gori, I said to Smishko. Idjul plan, tell me? Vin Movchka divorced, not me. Von was gone. Koloy, another prince will come. I will give a sign behind my back. Rapped Klaus, woking his hand on his shoulder. About Shuti? Hodimo at once. Having pulled Yi with it, on Zustich with Larito. Elena Bula is shocking Yogo with a man of the worship. Trochi took an hour. Klaus? Yelena Iblarita sobbed tea. Larite said. Sister to love wormers, right? Klaus frightened. Referee? I will smell ices. Not by Rosma. What is an impartial face in you? The Ulana was angry. According to my plan of Vi, in the two, you will safely spend an hour. Before that, the theme of Ik noi rozmovi znov Yelena. I don't know about Yelesh. Klaus frightened. Your yak is loved, Iaza? There is a mind. Kimchi. Larita is circulated by Vidpovila. Westlings I know, sister to love fucked fruit. Elena thought. And I want semgepsal. Piuchita Jelena rapta rudiorta. Yakia spotasta for the iknim teasments. Vogniziazova. There is a mind. Rudiort. Similarly, my strategist has been trained yak. Vinsniakovli, Sprogavav behind them. I want it, I respect it. Al is not a rosette yak. Now Toby Bachiti is glad to usminenu Larita of the Cholovic. Deadly jealous, right? Want Shovan Shuk Tilki Toby? I Bilshnika Krim? Chi, isn't it? Without gaining smiled, Rudiort Pishov. I think Pishov, I was not aiming. Similarly, Roding. Chomu T Virish in the yaks is a marvelous immortal. I'm all ascended. Rapt Elena begged for respect not to Klaus. Yaki divorced not here, Elena thought. I myself do not let the OTD kokanya. Looking at the Ilklas Rapta itching, one Bula's divan. Laying. What is it so on me? Klaus Bakiv Rudiort, looking at men, Shab Doldomiti. Varto to screech on the tsoma. Elena, crushing the company, coughed the sign to Klaus. Vin, having spun it on Tse Rasag. Vin Pidvalia. I take an hour for a Nashi Roseman, Larita said. For me, the honor of Chwaits. Hotil is goodbye to say goodbye. Your Svitlist to the Skachenya. Ala wrapped Vin is buried on the shoulder. The sensed in us. Having handed over to him, Vien with a sample, saying, Our origami. The Bula is accepted by Yogo D. Vaughn. Haibati is not a deputy? Larita said now. Good for you to spend an hour for you. I am Pi to Persia, sister, Elena thought shookily. About Shoti? Do not why. Do not stick to me with him. Klaus Bov content. Elena Yisla after Klaus to the cabinet. Vin is not tanned. Did you get good? Chomu Vin many. I can't say to Larzumi. Can do the Larito? Vin Wiendelka Dinev back, signing many about Bazanya. She win by knowing. Dishuval to the cabinet Vin. I didn't say Chomu Taikogo. Elena was Zilag Yoga Panya. Show? Vi about show? Klaus said. I was written off. Your sister was Roskazovanov about the TV love of deduces. Kolir Iju. Vaughn. Vnuzdi pushed many through say. And not to that, the wake for Larito, having been fatting to Pedozrilu rich. Vien, in a halted saying, Tse is not mine on the right. I want a nobility, Yak Ti Lin. I want a Shub Tu Vid Povila on my Patanya. Vaughn looked at the NYO. Do not make a joke and tell me. They wounded the male. I won't lead the words more on the cud, Vin said. Caught, they don't know, but she blackened it. Vaughn Zniakov. Tylo, I susment of Zijdi Dite Oru, Vin said. I'm not joking. Tai Perevdi Meni Tsikava. One thought. Snow Vin as away, Yaki to snake me. Vaughn. Do you want the nobility? Takoj thought. In the Nye, the character, the Vin to Kinseymen, does not vid. Vin. Your sister said, they love wormwood. See so? Vaughn vid Pavel. Men is appropriate to heavenly booby. Stoiji, I love the fried miaso. Vin. Todicho there is not so much? Vaughn said. Well, I am not a reference of Yelena. I can have mercy on this. Vi of all you cannot viriti. Ale I am inshaliuna. Vin said. I am all the same. Vaughn said. Yak Bolo is not bouncing. I'm gathering in the slope for the prince. Vin said. Not vice. I am not recognized about you. Elena said the Spocker. I am not Yelena Sells, Yak many of the nobility. And Podum was Razumiwed, Ibula's divan. Shcho? In handing it? Do you want a nobility about me? Vin said. So, the Tistelli decord the Vouchus flowsed. Yak in you in the reference? Image, if I don't know. Yak to be bewitched to you. Elena thought out. My is. Vaughn was smeared with Zgadadi Yogo. Ale could not. Yakmen was the name of the life. Unnecessary Otstkovo. I am Pamyat everything. Shkilny hour in Piratovka until Ekma Sanyev entered. Bogado red romance. Robot Kalg. I have a cold pidlog in the guest. Ala chomu, I don't pamper my iji. Von bula at vicha. Von said, I do not pamyat my own imani. Vibachte. Vinza tuja, saying, do not vibaked. Tsi pluta. So we will be rahuvati, the mini voruskika till not isnun. Zitsichpir, if I seem, shomeni tsikava, say about you. Von said. Ayla, I am not able to get some cup. Yak you make up. I myself am zvichena divchina, yak I vsi. Vin, having shouted, saying, I want to feel about say zvichain. Thinking, take up chichiv mi robati, wighaze. Trochi passed. It was niche. Yelena willed in her kimnati thought. I thought I would have a snack in the life of the life. Ale trikishka, marvelous vichuvati, yak I blew my appearance. Vani hand to Gori, respectfully marveling on the wrong ones. Shcho, yak shcho, will I forget my passing jitty? Todi, will I become a reference to Sives? Bulo is more painfully, yak be erased all the time. Abi yak flooded the stench? The application is unnecessary. What am I reborn? On the day of the day. Elena threw myself up I to think of thinking. Treasurely be relieved of information in white. I closed to Todi. If Vince Nova arrived, to be stolen in Spock. Wrapped kiddos tapped in Vicno. Elena Pidvel looked, shy for the sound. Rapta Yelena was injected after Vita, the Yaki axis is translated. One bula is very shocking. Vin flew into Kimnat. Ozrita translated into the people. Thinking in the VMRU, VIDOBD, count SEVESS. Correctly, saying to Zakisk, saying, Chomu all the power of the magic of Vej E. Do not have to flush me. Vin, having finished correcting the Odiog. Yak Tilki, I wrapped their stir there. Ozra Prishov before you. Wrapped in the no-go Paul. Elena Zial's Listia attacked White with a pillow. Ah, Tai Brekun. Vien Zmig bent ye bastards. Vine cern the wid ye, the pillows of the pillows. So? Poshensobish, I have been not the case? Vaughn did not cease to beat Yogo seemed. Chomu, not knowing the certificate? Chomu on my bazanya almighty nature has faded to love me? Vin pitstrishing to the steel kasav. To be at the Mai looked wonderfully. Tom I am Prishov, Shobros Posti. Vaughn's Lizno. Tresely, Bulo Odra, say, Vin said. For the cobs, in still rye, listen to me. In my own reason, having argued. Garazd, tell me. I will listen to the I Virish. White Smig, he is relieved to see the TSH. Yelena не хотіла його прощання. Вона кинула його в нього кпіло. Ale, I am all one, is kind of. Reject once. Trinchy took an hour. Stunned on the sofa. White said, In you is the strength of the serpent of the rod, Ijtori Yak Tobi, you want to. Vaughn said evilly. Wounded, the cups of Tilki Vin Vidpaviv. I am afraid, Pabel and Divna. Shtir Bazanya Zagadan by the snake Wantaluta. I did not say so importantly. Vin Belayuchi. Svil, Vaughn said. If you say, without saying it, then Buv Dopomogti is guilty. The show is not as much to concern. Vin rose. The thought is easy? Nedotopo. Rapti Elena sprinkled luta. Nedotopa? White is very angry. Podnight Bazanya Bibilsh concrete. B2. I, Todi, I can easily snoop out to you with Zim. Having expended Vaughn, he was surprised at the no-go. White, yours. Vin, having finished translating. I am not a special one who is not of you, but there is still... Kind you did not want Raptovo, I'm to Todi. In the monastery, to the same time, ask for a trace. I will be divided by you. Vona was marveling on the Neo-Trimaichi pillow. Paisley ties sliv ven, translated into a little bird, I falling asleep with an end. Vaughn said. Snow turned into a bird. Elena spent the back of the sofa thuggling. Without saying a special one, but also translated. Similarly, in the Nyoi, you are limit. Squeezing the hands of Juan, looked at the bottom. Chi is able to do the Yobukoma. Who said it? Not similar, Shab Vin Brehav. Vano Vajo visited. Yak is the same. The axis of Bai could be nobility Zarana Kanets. I owe the romance. Allah I do not know. On the day of the day, Elena minted Klaus thinking, Vin, putting a finger at the Noah. Warto will be good for Taku's luck. Elena Bula was angry with Yogo. They climbed. If you came, Vin Z said. Huilin Quinzatom, disturled, yak tibubnish. Von was stolen. I muttered. Vin. Vigliadash is not kind. SOS turbo. Von vid Pavel, Trini second. I thought. I don't look at the yak, Claus's whine. Vien. Todi varto pinyati topic, yak to snake you will wake up. Vin screaming and Oda saying, Pamyatash, yak de chilka back. I have a vice versa, pufo your bazani? Elna nodded will you yui, I said. V said you have ye. Vin said. South in you, the power is to make it. Ye opokino pidildil, south thinking. It is similar, Vin allowing the cob to the very earnings, so I won't change. Those who know about my strength, it's not also important, the axis. Von. Chomu, you think? What is the power in men? Vien spokino vidpaviv. I was in a bono recently. In front of the Zim, I have drunk, ele, I still swept. Wrapped Klaus wilting his hand, I on knee. Having stumbled the globus, Vin said. Ale potim tuja, she said. The Bechish axis of the Se. Elena was stolen. Se is not just embellied on your timid table, Klaus with the submishko said. Embellishment, yak is a saint. One bula is strongly shuddy. Saints? Vin pidardiv. So the holy, krim men ye nehto do not batch. So I call me, I just stick it in cabinet. In kinzikinziv, those, show is not visible, not to be wrapped up. Ale chomos tuyi, I can bakiti. Todi is migzrzumi. Chomi za, volodum, with a similar force. You can make a bajanya. Elena is marked by the nyoye. Klaus respectfully marveled at Elling. I was impressed by Kavav. Well, in my worm, I am Vikonovati bia bajanya. I inhibit my bazani into real. The bula bula is very shocking. One thought. Sho, tse wit dopomaga meni? Todi, roswami, bazanya Vicent. Vikorista force of white. Hibani. I wrapped Klaus chaja, shotse yogos dibnist. To them, rule them? Klaus said. I just thought out. Shiti, Gagadal? Von said. I thought she did not get the creatures. Vin said. Zovsim ni. Your bazanya buloshvitko is spent in this way. That's my power of Vikaristan is not right. Von, Choma Vikaristal is not right? Vien vidpoviv. Not the Shobo Buloka especially. Yelena Vasili visible. Sho? Is there a seal? Vin hided vidpoviv. Absolutely correct. Elena was caught on the mistsi vid stivuvanya. Von grunted on no-go. Sho? Vien. Having said at the table, saying, Substrodni wechibate on the tsoma. There is a zupanechi yogo. Cook. Sho vilki shimali on sviazi. Von was cunning. Without you, you have a traffic, my strength. Shab is a seal of your own. Feeling Klaus Rapta to knock on the mistsi. Vine turned up to the no nay iz, saying, Can it so? On the sea noti, I am the kindle of you abandoned my. On the day of the day. The linen is in a panting Rushatan. Yaka thought about it. Klaus Chi white, an axis in Choma Panya. Bell hungry. You will have a hvilu? Ostani dni vaka bolda. Elena turned around. I was stolen. Roll. Bell vid povila. Daje, Elena said. One Liudina said, she herself, he himself, heavily vikanati, bia bazhenia. And Ilnsha, pusk for the ground by allies. Who did it turn? Bell said. Tseobov Yaskovo? Too similar to Shahrav. Elena said. All one Viberi Karosi was. Bell thought about it. The yak is painfully than Todi. Zupani for a beautiful Belsh. Elenau tunedly turned to Bell Polovici. Sho? Homti turned off such a warrant? Bell is radically vidpovila. Yakshcho all one will be able to rumor on the beacon. It is more painful in the people who want to be beautiful as a beautiful deposit. Elena in a hinged thought. Yeah, invisible Rashene. Allah can be able to guide the fiction. Yak, I said, Bell. Yaksho on Panya. Do not vice to know. The people of the new guides are in the same way. Before that, Mana has a lot of hour on the outlets about the TSE. I am guilty of Shvidsha statu Cupidon. Yaki obdinna laritu, irudiorta. A day of the day. Mies Klaus on the exit day. Klokik dive, Klaus Rosmovavu zilarite, if or. Vinspragav for radically Rosmovyayu chiavaya vava 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 divini. Vin mig distract of movkai gati. Rapt rudiort viljavu procholodnu, water to the head on the head. Shob is to be stolen. Yelena zodvano spotalegal. Klaus is successfully goodbye to the lariat. That is to Rudiort. Your svitlist? Chomu vi mokri? Vin vid poviv. Garicha. Nepomishi vidakichi flask, saying. Vi poured his brother, Larita said. South me often zatika, Rudiort said. Ostanim hour. Zrozumilo. Rozmova bola cikava? Larita Spokio said. So, Vin accepts the people, Rudiort said. Zrozumilo. Vin krasnomovnia. Vin's Niakovil was in the case. Larito can. Hipovu viter. Vin is gone. In you is a partner for the Kvitiv festival? Tai moose, Elena, sprinkled thought. Kvitiv festival? Partner? It's like a snake on the type of romantic. Skvicha tell me once. Rudiort Zniakovi divorced Larita. Larita correctly hair. Vibakta, your svitlist. Could you repeat it? Elena thought. Do not smile. I am a closet. Ale yaksho Rudiort to reconnect. Vin, having said, saying. Nichoho, let's go out of the Trenovan. Elena thought rosily. Idiot. Give Daviti to Kinsey, wrapped behind the back of the pity Ishov Klaus. Male. Spread. Wrapped Vin, having finished the Rosostobovadi Gujiki shirts. I correct the hair. Elena Bula Shokov. The blackened Va thought. Yes, Yakmen are arguing here. Chomu Vin is mating. Vin Mahayuchi. Garyak Sagodni. Troki past. Ye Klaus in kabinetsi. Von Said. I think our used plan. Sagodni Vin Buv. Vin to take water on the head of the goals. Before that, the Buv of the non-vomiting of Tim. The Ostanum for an hour's Lisa with you. Vin looking at the Ye Ispaki. Vin jealous, Izek ego. Yelena is marked by Klaus. Klaus is crawling. Say, or jealous. Ale to the Yaki PIRs, treasurely sinking the whole production? Thinking with Yelena said. Legal of the other prince not to reach the PIK? Klaus frightened. I will have it. Vine Pid Meganwan saying. Want, Shobiborg to Mena Ras? Vona thought unheeded. He asked for the pre-mogi. Von Zavichum dropped her hands. Vin rolled. Yakpi Ziatka Klaus did not bounce. I didn't have a rap to bring the plan in the DI. Opres Rudiort is definitely jealous. Ale chi Rosumi tis Vin himself? Cheese Moj Klaus Chestakati. Abandoned Rudiort Zos Razumi tis. Yakshcho Klaus has been made up to the Minot Rosligid Vanya. The Budus is a failure. Lariti is not able to Rospovedati about regression. Treasurely, the foundation, Yak, force Rudiortas Razumi. Vipado Yakipidili oil in the wog. Rapti Yelena wrapped the moment with the pants about the Kvitiv festival. Your svit list. Klaus was clicking at the non-school. The worships of the Dolan was spocked. Chotak for the holy festival of Kvitiv. Vine vid poviv. Say holy spring. Ale nash revdivin for zakons. People admit the soils of their own kohamim. I have a bell out at once. One thought. Say, Shuchi, the span was writing down. Viti could Laridi's partner be a partner, your svit list? Yelena Shukov, to Rudiot vidragu onse. Yakshchoch tos ina izhni west with Larizatoto. Vin is not survived by tse. Chai's mojati bodi is such a spokionim. Rudiort, rapped Klausi said. I do not want tsirobiti. Elena Bula Shokov. Chom? Vin vidpoviv. Thoughtlessly asking the partner of your sister, attacked. That is not divorce they want. Elena said rosily. Nee, I don't ask you to go to the festival with Larito. Say exiled trips Vikliki jealous. Vin said. Todi Triselno Bulo Azra consonite. Grounding, saying. Well, Garazd, I am glorified by your plan. There is a mind. I was a second. Vin said. Ale is time for me. Vaughn looked at the NIO. Yaka Umov, Klaus, respectfully, are hungry for a non, seriously saying. I am a hot buy. The show moved to my side. One, Bulas Divan. Zazhai fist on the chest, saying. I do not want. Shobtse svit snov buv buvanations. Vinzawi divorced not here. Troti took an hour. Klaus Buv is one in his cabinet. Vinsidiv on Chrisley Spragaichi for saint. Distribute to the saint Vin thought of. Elena Saves Daje Divna Ledi. I do not feel like a Zrazumi. Yak, your reference? In Dinstix, Yak Tilki in front of me. A saint was Zaitan. One bula by a throat, I was clarified. I am a buff. Ale, according to Miri, Yak Svit was closed by Vian. Hunger, plague, death I chaos. In Sviti, a lifeless is created. The saints of Vid Sugo Soldila was commanded by the golden alcohol, before the departure of the golden ka found. I called soon, I am Zerzumiv, I get Kinet Svita. Shob Zupiniti Yogo, I was moving all the way. Ale did not Vistal. In the angsty Ostanoi Miri, I turned an hour ago, I was a thunder. The saint stopped snaking. At once the appearance of Seves. VSI also led to himself. Yak I went to life. Alva Bula in Shuyu. Not like that Yak wound. On Vidmin, Vidi minus Didi. Vaughn did not Viklika Diavol, Shobs Nashchiti Svit. The people of the Nya Nibi were snaken. With the very earnest, I am close to the wrong way, Tom thought. The no one has such a plan. Ino dai sits his tea, I'm not Rosema. Alekolia bahu, yehedvanu manner, I will uncover Pidlasteus. Does Hetsikava divchina? Nikoli, I do not guess ye. I asked me to go to my side, and I said it. I did not think, I don't know the words in the life. Rapt von Rosbraba, I said the hare, said. Well, garazed. Ale todi takoj dali many. Ayakasa is unjust. Well, I asked the Magti sister and Vi about Svit. Vin said. Von Rasumnisha Nij, I thought. Vine thought out. I had a fingers with fingers on the ruler of Krisla. Von said, to love the sky blinkle? To hide, the collar is the only minute mini, calling soon. Vin Sidav, on Krisli Gelbo thoughtfully. Rapt Katos tapping at the door. Vin turned to the door, saying, do not let me be immersed in the sentiment. Close. In Kimnat, Znishov Zniakovil Rudiort. On the Yogo puppy, Chervoni Collier vid Znikovinya can be seen. Klaus Spokely, asking his brother to seek with his hand. Sidai, Rudiort, having rolled up. Uncle, brother. Klaus Zikovistya, how did you bring you up anyway? Rudiort Suzev and Krilo, I was overwhelmed by the trig. Standing up. Rosliduana Lariti to take place upgraded? Klaus said. Star. T. WF himself, Dechilka Didiv Bachiv. Rudiort said. Alameni Zado, show for the Rozlijidvanya Zvyavr with Diavol. Vonado Rososlablene.